not interested in friendship. I'm interested in best friendship. And best friendship takes a whole lot more. It means waiting on your best friend, hand and foot. Buying their affection. Robotically memorizing every trivial little fact about them.
It means supporting them above all others.
Possibly to the detriment of those others.
Especially to the detriment of those others.
Best friends have all of the same interests.
Whether those interests are interesting or not.
A best friend is someone you'd happily commit a crime for.
Any crime.
No matter how heinous.
The heinouser, the betterer. Whoa. Oh, we only let in the real hoi polloi. The top Philistines. The finest bourgeois. You don't speak French. I'm sorry for that. Dickie, Aggie, hugs, hugs, kiss, kiss. Wanted to introduce you to my friend Bugsy. Bugsy, Dickie, Dickie, Bugsy, Aggie, Dickie, Bugsy, Daffy, Dickie, Aggie, Dickie, Bugsy, Daffy, Dickie. So long, Chainsaw. Call me when you get out in 140 years. Take care, Manslaughter. And look into getting that name changed. I really think it'll make a difference. And I think I'll miss you most of all, Neanderthal shape-head man.
Пропусти очень приятно. Нет. Когда посылка прибудет?
What are you doing here?
I never left. У вас холодно? У нас мороси.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Russia.
Are you out of your mind? That is so lame! I mean, do you know how girly and pathetic you'd look if you sang? No. If you want friends, you need to dance.
I'm not a dancer.
Well, you just keep telling yourself that. This is just so frustrating! There is a dancer inside of you. Shame on you for not seeing it. And shame on me for being the only one who does. Pete, Marvin, what have you guys been up to?
Oh, high school was a horrible time for me. Therefore, I have spent every moment since graduation plotting to destroy the Earth.
I hope you have better luck with that than I did. Come on, whatever your name is! Point your looking balls at your future ex-husband! You dumb famous actress! Wait. Since this is the last time I'm ever going to see you alive, there's a few things I need to tell you. Remember that time someone ate all your Halloween candy, and I said it must have been aliens? It was me. And remember that time someone ordered all those pay-per-view movies, and I said it was aliens? That was me, too. And remember that time you were abducted by aliens, and I insisted it was me? I lied. It was aliens. Hoochie, I'm home. A gruesome tragedy is going to make it a lot harder to sell this house.
Son, I say, son, remember what I always told you. It's not the treasure, it's the quest.
Our next bachelor is Daffy Duck. Let's keep this money train rolling, ladies.
Daffy has no job and no education and a credit score of negative 13. Let's start the bidding at $50. Anyone? It's for the charity. Tax deductible.
Where do you get all your money? I invented the carrot peeler. What are you doing Friday night?
Nothing.
Well, you are now. Friday night, we're gonna get dressed to the nines, get picked up in a limo, and have a fabulous romantic dinner. Daffy, what you just described is a date. I'm not going on a date with you. Oh, you're right. I didn't think of it that way. Hey, Porky. Want to go on a romantic date Friday night?
I'd love to.
I finally found a place where I feel good about myself, and that place is right here.
I've been meaning to ask you. Did the rats symbolize the colonization of the New World by comparing the arrival of the Europeans to an infestation of vermin?
I didn't follow any of that. I want to look like this. Popcorn.
Sir, you're disturbing the other patrons.
I'm not doing anything. Talk to him.
Sir, please.
'Cause he's crying? That's his emotional response to the material.
This whole time I've been eating the pepperoni. I've been eating meat.
Oh, hello, Officer Jerkface. I didn't recognize you away from the donut shop. I guess you can't catch real criminals, so instead you just harass innocent citizens. What a waste of my tax dollars.
Don't got no more. You bought it all.
What? But I really need it.
I said I don't got no more.
Well, you gotta hook it up.
I guess I could take you to my supplier.
Let's go now.
Fine. Let me throw on some jeans.
I said now. I always knew Bugs was a criminal. After all, this is my house, my rules. Daff, this is my house, and my rule is, if you're gonna live here, you have to pull your own weight. What does that mean? You know, help out around here. Do some chores, pay for a few things. I do chores. No, you don't. Well, I pay for things. Like what? I bought leather socks the other day. Red leather. That is a garbage move. Porky is a piece of garbage. Don't you think you're being a little dramatic? I am not being dramatic. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to walk myself home. That's right. Walk home through this unsavory neighborhood where I'll surely be set upon by ruffians and miscreants, street hustlers and road monkeys. None of whom, by the by, come close to being the kind of garbage that is Porky Pig. Now, good day, sir.
Bugs' mistress is cheating on him with Porky? Poor Bugs.
Nice boat. She's a real beauty, isn't she? The Queen of the Ocean. That's why I named her that. A fitting name for the successor to my parade float, which, by the way, was also named Queen of the Ocean. How's the kidney? Kidney? I just told Porky that so he'd give me the money for the yacht. And I can tell you put these in the dryer.
It's me. It has to be tonight. I think he's on to me. Come pick up Daffy when I'm done with him. He'll be in the garage, in the freezer.
So you do know where I live. That's interesting, considering you never visit me. Close the door! What do you want me to air condition all of Florida?
Sorry.
Oh, that's my Alan now.
Sylvester! What a surprise! How long are you in town?
As long as Mother will have me.
Well, I wish you would have called, because I have bridge at 11, water aerobics at noon, and then Estelle and I walk the mall.
He can't swim! You gotta learn to swim.
I have known many deranged people in my life, but I've never encountered the kind of profound mental instability that she possesses. Tina Russo is a psychopath.
It's worse than I thought.
She may have everyone else fooled, but I know the truth.
What do we know?
We know climbing inside a mailbox is against the law.
What else?
The fire department's not happy when they have to use the jaws of life to pry you out of a mailbox.
What else?
The city says you have to pay to replace the mailbox or do 1,100 hours of community service.
What else?
Tosh has been missing for 28 minutes and we still haven't found him.
Oh, right, the gopher. I totally forgot about that whole situation. I learned a lot in there today. Well, you've got a bright future, and don't ever let anyone tell you different. Thanks again, Professor. Hey, you promised me you'll keep up with your studies.
He doesn't even go to school here.
You promised me you'll keep making a difference.
He's not a real professor.
You know, it's funny. You dedicate your whole life to academia, and you never imagine that one day a student will walk into your class and teach you the greatest lesson of all. Trust. Trust.
Who are you guys? Give me those. Glasses. The trust. What are they talking about?
Know your role!
How about my 100 copies?
How about I take your head and shove it in that machine and make 100 copies of your stupid face? You got time for that?
You can have my gun when you pry it from a cold dead. What's the big deal?
Oh no. What'd he do?
He didn't do anything. His purse was stolen.
It was a handbag.
Anyway, he was extremely distraught, so we gave him a ride home.
Oh, do you want a medal for that? Where were you when I was being criminalized?
I always knew we'd make it, except for that one time I lay down in the snow to die. But all the rest of the time I knew we'd make it. Well, not that one time when I tried to kill you so that I could climb inside your carcass for warmth. But then realized how hard it would be to clean out your carcass, so instead I just lay down for a second time in the snow to die. But every other time I always knew we would make it.
All right. Hey, Yule.
It's Paul.
Paul, I am guessing you've never driven a vehicle quite like this one.
No, sir, I haven't. Are those the keys?
First of all, I could do without the attitude. Second of all, these are obviously pliers, because the ignition key is obviously broken off in the ignition itself, obviously due to a fit I had regarding a personal matter. And don't get any ideas. I locked the glove compartment.
Tragedy struck today when popular city councilman Daffy Duck lost control of his vehicle and plunged into the icy St. Bastian River. All that was recovered was his beloved parade float. And the city never even got to twirl a parade.
We will now hear opening statements in the case of Samuel Rosenbaum versus Speedy Gonzalez, proprietor of Pizza Reba. Mr. Duck, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The evidence that I will present to you today will prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this gentleman, Speedy Gonzalez, knowingly and willfully served my client dangerously hot pizza, with no warning and with no regard for the physical and emotional trauma that followed.
The big 5 licenses.
Driver's license, cosmetology license, pilot's license, fishing license, and license to kill. I can't wait to get that one. Now get out of my way. I never want to see you again.
So they're really doing this?
Oh, we are doing this. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3!
Woo-hoo! We're on spring break! We're crazy! Yeah! 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 We're crazy! Look at us! with you people? Don't you get it? We're streaking! We aren't completely naked!
The next time you get diarrhea, you might just think of me. And now I want to ask you something that I've never thought to ask, but I really want to know the answer. The deep down, inside answer. And really listen. How are you, Porky?
I'm uncomfortable.
I get that. It's okay. Be that. You can just be that right now, here with me. Be uncomfortable. I won't judge you.
I think I'd like to get out of the tub.
Oh, of course. Now how do you feel?
I'm still pretty uncomfortable.
You know what we do in group when someone feels that way? We hug. We simply hug one another. Now how do you feel?
It's still uncomfortable.
Then let's just stay right here and keep hugging. We talked about this. No, we didn't. Well, no, not explicitly, but yesterday's conversation was riddled with undertones and innuendos. You said whatever floats your boat, and selling your TV to buy myself a piano floats my boat. But I guess what you're really saying is, you want to sink my boat. You hear that, boys? Looks like the SS Daffy Duck is going down. Take her away, boys. I should have just died choking on that pizza. You hear that, boys? I should have just died. Fine, keep the piano. You hear that, boys? The piano stays.
They escaped every time I fired my tranquilizer bullets.
Tranquilizer bullets?
There's no such thing as tranquilizer bullets.
Cut him some slack. He's Canadian. Come, mon cher cousin. Let us retire to your local gymnasium to work out our buys and tries, eh?
Come on, Porky. We're going to the police.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Drop the shell. Hands up, both of you. Now kick it over to me.
Huh. Where'd you get that recliner?
This old thing? I picked it up at the thrift store. That was where I spotted you. You were the perfect mark.
I gotta hand it to you, Cecil. You're a criminal mastermind.
Why, thank you very much.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you come up with this scheme?
Well, it's a long story, but since I'm gonna shoot you anyway, what's the harm?
Mind if we sit down?
Why not? I mean, we're all gentlemen. I was living in Atlantic City, working at Vadaburger. I didn't have 2 dimes to rub together, but I had big dreams.
You believe that ducks are viewed unfavorably. Do you have any proof of this?
I'd like to phone a friend.
What?
I'd like to buy a vowel.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna go ahead and spin again, Pat.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Well, today's the day. Election day. We've run a great campaign. We've avoided the issues, made baseless attacks against your opponent, and plagiarized this speech from the great communicator, Ronald Reagan.
And the reason for your call. Oh, and the time and date of your call. And I will get back to you.
Bugs, it's an emergency! Oh, sorry. Bugs, hi. This is Daffy Duck, and my number is 555-0123. And, well, actually, I'm calling for 2 reasons. 1, don't forget to text your vote for Dimitri to So You Think You Can Figure Skate. Because I'm sick of the judges falling for Yevgeny's triple axel. It's all he does. He's a one-note wonder. And, what else? I feel like there was a second reason I was calling. Oh, I remember. We're stranded in the middle of the desert. Porky's wandered off. He's probably dead. So get in your car and come save us. Unbelievable! They're stripping me of my title because they said I cheated. I'm not allowed to call myself Mr. Wiener. I'll call you Mr. Wiener. Thanks. Porky, I am serious. Serious like a heart attack. Sorry, Bugs. You cannot blow this. Remember, you come from a long line of pigs who have blown it. Need I remind you of your great-grandfather, Pudgy Pig, your grandfather, Plumpy Pig, and your father, Plus-Size Pig?
You know, my dad's name is Alan.
Hey, man, you got a stamp? Sure. What else you got? And he just kind of never went away. So you're selling my stuff? You know that everything I own comes from the generosity of friends, which I then break and turn into garbage.